Alright, earlier today I picked up a Atari 7800. Now of course, before I even hook this up, I'm going to take it apart and check everything out, make sure everything's in working condition, clean it up. But I mean, the outside looks in pretty decent shape. You know, it's just a little dirty, but everything else here, looks like I'm going to have to do some serious cleaning with this stuff here. So, yeah, first things first, I'm going to take the casing off, check it out. I'm putting closer inspection this RF right here. I don't know how well the light's going to come in, but it's somewhat rusted, so I'm going to open this up and see what's going on here. Alright, I took the console apart. I looked it over. It didn't really look too bad, you know, apart from, you know, some rust here, but I think if I get some sandpaper or something and just shine that connector up a bit, it'll be fine there. I'm not going to worry about the rest of the parts here. I just took some compressed air and just blew it out. So this should be fine. You know, for the most part, it's fairly clean. It's just mainly the casing itself. Interesting design how they designed this console, because really the way this sits in here, that just sits in here, and then when you screw it together, for the most part, it kind of just sandwiches together. Because this thing doesn't really screw into the board, it actually kind of just sits there. So the casing holds the board together. Interesting design. But I'm gonna clean this off. I took all the buttons off. One of them was sticking, so there's probably some gunk in these things here, so I'm just gonna clean it off. But you know, I checked the buttons on this thing here. They all seem to work fine, so I'm not going to be too concerned with that. Switches seems fine. There's another switch back here. Again, seems fine. I'm just gonna, like I said, just get some sandpaper or something and just smooth that out, get some of the rust off of it, and put it back. You know, clean the casing up and put it all back together and go through all that stuff. So that's gonna be fun. Alright, I cleaned all the pieces here. I took the buttons off, cleaned them well, made sure there's no gunk and anything in it. I cleaned the inside, outside, so there's no dust or anything. I took some compressed air, blew all the dust and crud off of it, and where the connector was, I used some sandpaper. I used 1500, and then I used 2000 grit, and I essentially just sanded off the rust, smooth it off, and that's gonna be fine now. And whatever little bit of rust was around, I just took it and, you know, just essentially sand the rust off. But yeah, it's time for this to be put back on. The buttons all feel about the same, which is good, because this is actually one of the more common reasons for a 7800 to break down, is the buttons would actually wear off, because they're digital buttons that would activate the system to do something. So that's a little annoying, but this one seems fine, so I'm not going to be too worried about it. I'm just going to go through the other stuff, which is down here, and check them out, clean them, and after I do all that, I'll hook it all up, test it out, and see if there's any issues with it.